Welcome back to the channel, guys. You're now tuning into the Indian Scouser. Please smash a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. First things first, Happy New Year to every single one of you watching this right now. I hope you all have a blessed and a great year ahead. So the last time I've posted a video or, spoke to you guys was, I think, right before the World Cup final. So the final was about 3 weeks ago, almost a month now. But yeah, I've just been away. I've been busy during the festive period. I was away in Singapore during the World Cup final, and I was there for Christmas. Had a busy new year as well. But now I'm back, and it's business as usual. We're heading into the second half of the season. As you can see, I'm wearing an Argentina shirt only because I'm not going to say I told you so. Well, you know what? I am going to say it. I told you so. Argentina was going to lift the FIFA World Cup even after they lost their first game to Saudi Arabia. I was still confident. They were my favorites right from the beginning. And I'm glad they won it, for Messi. But I'm not going to spend too much time speaking on that because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to our football club. Liverpool, at the minute, they're not playing the best football. In fact, I think it's the worst football under Jurgen Klopp. It's been 7 years. But yeah, let's just get straight into the video. That was it about the World Cup. Honestly, nothing much to say. That was the best World Cup for me. Best final, hands down. Big up to Kylian Mbappe as well. Got them back into the game. But hey, the GOAT debate, it's settled now, right? Like, one guy's playing in Europe, having just won the World Cup, the only trophy that was missing in his cabinet, and the other one just made a move, in the Saudi Arabian League. So that's that. We'll leave it there. As for Liverpool now, when we came back, I think it was the Carabao Cup game against Man City. I didn't expect much because I knew their players all came back early, the big stars from the World Cup, the likes of KDB and John Stones, Kyle Walker. Whether they were benched, I'm not sure, but KDB definitely played. Haaland was rested throughout the whole World Cup, so he was back. And yeah, it was an entertaining game. It was a thriller with 5 goals. And yeah, knocked out of the Carabao Cup. We obviously won it last year. And we'll speak on the FA Cup as well, which was the latest game that we played against Wolves. But after the City game, I think it was Boxing Day, where we played Villa away at Villa Park. Honestly, I think it was a decent performance. But again, if somebody else played instead of Ollie Watkins up top, it could have been a whole lot different that day. It could have been a different game. But yeah, it was 2-0. I think at halftime, they got one back in the second half. And again, it was quite nervy. And yeah, I would say we defended well. And Stefan Basetic, Stefan Iniesta came on and put the game to bed with the third goal. Moving on from that game, it was Leicester at home, I think on a Friday night. Oh, boy, oh boy. I believe we went 1-0 down first. Yeah, I think we did. And then right before halftime, we came back 2-1. Obviously, David Luiz, Faiz, however you say his name, the Leicester center back, scored 2 own goals in a matter of 6-7 minutes, I think. Credits to Nunez, obviously, for the second goal. Unlucky that it hit the post with his weaker foot. But yeah, second half, I think we were poor. We were so poor that game. If you were playing up against a better side, we all know about Leicester this season. We know what they're about. I don't think they signed anyone. The only team didn't sign anyone in the summer transfer window, I think, up until maybe the deadline day, probably the center back that I said scored 2 own goals. I don't know, but yeah, we played really poor. We were lucky to come out of that game with 3 points, if I'm being completely honest. And after that, Brentford away, that's when I tweeted, we're going to drop points tonight. And some were saying that, oh, Liverpool fans are like this, but what do you mean? Have you not been watching us this season? It is so typical of us to go away a ground like Brentford, which, by the way, last season, it was a tie 3-3. This time 3-1. Konate on goal. I don't blame him. But the set piece, the defending, and then after that, I think we conceded 2 more after that. But it was disallowed for offside. And I was like, thank God. When he came back to play, what do I see next? We lose the ball again. Brentford with the counter, whips it in. A header that crossed the line. Alisson's been saving us this whole season. Otherwise, we're talking relegation right now. 2-0 up halftime, second half. Yeah, Matip came on. Robbo came on. Virgil went off. I thought it was tactical, but now we know he's out for 6 weeks. Hamstring injury. So things are going from bad to worse for us right now. Where are the positives? Gakpo, yeah, we'll talk about him in a minute. But where's the midfield? Where's a new midfielder? Thiago is not a presser. Now he's pressing. It's just a matter of time until he gets injured again. I don't even know this Fabinho anymore. When was the last time he had a great game? I don't remember. Hendo. And we're all going to give these guys contracts. And what about refreshing the squad? Fernandinho left for City. They got Calvin Phillips. Yeah, he's hardly played. But they made changes. You have to refresh your squad. And look at all the teams above us right now. Apart from Chelsea. They're making us look good right now. Otherwise, we're in the mud alone. Man United. I'm not sure how many games they won in a row. 7-8. They played tonight in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. They're going to reach the semis. They're still in the FA Cup as well. Yeah, they play in the Europa, and they got Barca, but in the league, they were 7 points clear. Spurs, not having the best season, they're above us. By 5 points, even though we have a game in hand. Arsenal City going for the league. How can you go from chasing the quadruple to now struggling against Wolves at home? And that's a great segue to the FA Cup now. But yeah, just to finish up with the Brentford game. Yeah, we got one back in the second half. It looked good. Ox with the header. Before that, Darwin Núñez scored, but it was slightly offside. This guy needs to learn to stay onside, by the way. Otherwise, it's just going to be another Timo Werner. But I'm not going to go in on Darwin right now. I love the guy. He's still young. I'm going to give him time. I'm not going to listen to what others are saying about him. It's just nonsense at this point. He's got 10 goals in 23 games. Yeah, he's missing shitloads of chances, but I think he'll come good in the end, So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. But without him right now, all I know is we wouldn't be in the top 6. Him and Alisson. Alisson's saving us from conceding. Núñez scoring for us. But we're still conceding the most chances than all the teams above us. More than double the chances. And all these stats about we've conceded so many chances, but more than the entire of last season or the season we won the league. What's happening? Highest chances created as well, but the worst in conversion rate. I know Darwin Núñez up there and missing big chances. 15, Salah's 12, 13? Just 2-3 behind him. It's a shambles right now. But yeah, Ox brings it back. 2-1. And then they got the third goal. Konate, he slipped. And no, that was not a foul, Jurgen. For once, why can't you just come out and say they were the better team? We lost because we were so bad today. We didn't play up to our standards. Say anything tactically that went wrong instead of giving out all these excuses week in, week out when we drop points now. It's annoying. Sometimes it's the weather. It's the grass if it's away from home. Come on, man, Jurgen. You're better than this. We love you. But we have to talk about Jurgen Klopp right now. People only want to talk about FSG, FSG, FSG out. I am FSG out. But they're not the one selecting the team week in, week out. Why would you play Harvey Elliott away at Brentford? Okay, Ox has done well and we got injuries. Harvey Elliott. I would have started Naby in that game. Like, come on, man. And then against Wolves at home. I thought we were going to smash them, honestly. Especially after I saw the lineups. We played our full team. We played the best team we could that day. And yet, we couldn't get the job done. Now, because of that, there's a replay coming up next week. Another fixture added into this congested fixture list. Jurgen hates replays. He keeps talking about it. Yeah, you went full strength. I don't blame you for that because our next game, which I'll touch on in the end, is on Saturday against Brighton. So we got a week in between to recover and train. But it's not good enough. First goal was Alisson's mistake. You can't blame the guy. He's made an absolute howler, but he's been saving us, like I said, majority of the season. So you can't blame him. And then, yeah, Nunez, that is a world-class finish, a world-class assist by Trent. As always, nothing more to say about that cross. But Darwin, great finish. Leveled it up. And then, second half, a mistake by the Wolves defender. Was it Totti or was it Collins? One of them. And then Salah, great control. The composure, he was calm. Good finish, 2-1 up. I thought, okay, finally. And I thought this game would be a distraction from the league. We're at home. And then what happens? Wang Yishan comes on. Super sub, equalizes. I don't know what to say anymore. Why would you revert back to 4-3-3 when before the World Cup we were playing well with a 4-4-2 diamond or 4-2-4? Whatever you want to call it. Even a 4-2-3-1. I want to play 4-1-2-1-2. What's happened to that? Now it's back to 4-3-3. Gakpo, I think he had a decent debut against Wolves. Again, you have to give the young lad some time to settle in. But now the pressure's on him because Jota is out. Diaz is out. Both of them are out long term. Bobby, as it stands right now, he's still out. We've got to wait to see what's the latest update with him and Millie for the upcoming Brighton game. And trust me, I'm not looking forward to that game at all. Brighton are flying right now, even under the new manager. If I'm not wrong, their new manager, their first game was against us at Anfield. Look what happened. 3-3. Trossard. Hat-trick at Anfield. Now we're playing away. They just smashed Boro in the FA Cup. And the World Cup winner came on. Got a brace. He's going to start against us. Caicedo, the guy that we want. He's going to dominate the mid. He's going to walk through our midfield. Do you guys see what Matheus Nunes did? Yeah, another guy we're linked with. Now apparently we're going to sign him in the summer. Are we getting Jude? No. Are we getting Enzo? No. Why are we summer FC, next summer FC, next year FC? Linked FC. Watch FC. Scouting FC. Just get a midfielder in. The last 4.5 years, we've signed one. Okay, 2 if you count Melo, who's been injured, by the way, played 13 minutes. If us fans are saying this, every single week. Why can't the club see it? Why can't Klopp see it? Why can't Pep Linder see it? All our latest new signings are all from him anyways, right? Pep Linder's what football is just all about attackers, yeah? Now Virgil's out. What happens if another guy gets injured now? You know what Matip's injury record? Now what? Konate picks up his injuries here and there. Midfield, we all know about it. Ox, Naby, Hendo, Flacco, Thiago. Who can we rely on? 37 years old James Milner? Not even him. Because even he gets injured now. And I don't blame him. We're going to play Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Cavallo. One day we're linked with Amrabat. One day we're linked with Caicedo. One day we're linked with Kone. Or the Atalanta guy. What's next? Well, we're just going to put all our eggs in one basket in the summer for Jude. And if he does a Tchouaméni and picks Madrid, what's next? And if you don't get Champions League football, he's not going to come anyway, so what's the point? I just don't get this club. I really don't, honestly. And Klopp has to take some blame right now. You know, for me, in fact, he takes as much blame as FSG from his 50-50. And when I say Klopp, yeah, it's Pep Linders as well. I think this is perfectly set up for Pep to be the next one in after Jurgen walks, you know. But that's for another show. I don't want to think about that right now. So yeah, my prediction for the Brighton game. My quick lineup actually is Alisson in goal. Now we can only play Konate and Matip at the back anyways with Virgil out. Trent right back, Robbo left back. Thiago has to play. I'll drop Hendo for this. I think Naby, since he came on the past few games, he's been doing well. We're going to lose him on the free in the summer anyway, so might as well play him. You know, it'll add a bit of like creativity going forward. Someone who can drive, who can carry the ball. No one else can do that right now in our team. Obviously, Flacco in the 6. Because we've got no one else. I'm not going to play the youngster Basetic. And I'm sure I heard he's injured. That's why he wasn't in the squad against the Wolves. I wouldn't play him anyway. Away at Brighton. Tough away ground. Just like Brentford. And the front 3. By the way, I wouldn't even play a 4-3-3, but this is what I think Klopp's going to do anyways. Yeah, Salah, Nunez, and I think Gakpo gets his debut in the Prem, you know? Unless he goes with Ox, who start our last, 3 games in the Prem since the World Cup. And he's been doing well, you know, to be fair. Probably our best attacker. Another one leaving in the summer for free. But yeah, I think Klopp's actually going to go the same front 3 as Wolves. And yeah, Ox on the bench. Hendo, bench. Gomez, bench. Tsimikas, bench. Harvey Elliott, bench. Cavallo, bench. Bendo, bench. And probably, yeah, Kelleher. But score prediction. Oh, and we'll have to wait and see Klopp's press conference. Hopefully Bobby is back, but I'm not going to rush him anyways. Hopefully he'll be back on the bench, him and Milner. And yeah, there's Curtis as well, who will be benched. But prediction time. In fact, it's going to be the first time I'm going to predict my team to lose. Normally, when I think we're going to lose, I'm still going to give it a draw because I have to be optimistic. But I'm done with that, man. Who am I kidding? Away at Brighton, who are flying right now. I think they're about to catch us in the league table, I believe. You know, them, Brentford, Fulham, these teams are catching up. And the teams above us are pulling away as well. Anyways, I'm going with a Brighton 3-1 win for them. We have to hold another L, unfortunately. But Liverpool Football Club proved me wrong and signed a midfielder this month. Please smash a like, people. I'm out. Peace.